Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bonus Points or Ellie's Juries over here on YouTube. We took a very long summer break, but we needed it to relax and to think of nothing for a moment. I mean, Sarah was working, but if you are enjoying this, please follow us on all of the social medias. Please support us over on Patreon. I think you get the podcast in the junior and senior tier. Yes.
Yep.
But also you can subscribe to the novice tier, and there's also a bunch of stuff you get on there. So yeah, enjoy this episode. Bye-bye. Let's talk about which skate did you pick and why?
I picked our babies, Ashlie Slatter and Atl Ongay-Perez. Their new 80s rhythm dance for this season. So a little bit of background. Atl started following us on Instagram in like 2019 when we first started Anything Joey's, and we were like, oh, because he tagged us in posts, and we saw their skate and we were like, they're adorable.
I feel like he was doing social media work at like 12.
Oh my God, he was. He has been on it. Every post, like tags so on the ball. So yeah, started following them in like 2019, obviously novice. Now they're second year junior, which is like mind-blowing.
My first point is I get very nostalgic when I see these two. And also their ages 14 and 16 sounds fake.
I know, because do you remember when you recorded that thing for his birthday?
Yes. He was turning 13, I think.
Yeah. So background to that is like a family member reached out and said that they were putting together a little video for his birthday, and so Ellie like filmed a happy birthday from us, and he was turning 13 and now he's 16, and that's so mind-blowing.
It's crazy. Like he also grew like 2 feet.
He's taller than me. That's not hard. I know what you're gonna say, but when I first met him, he was like really
shorter
small.
than you? He was not shorter.
Oh my God. Why?
You're like 5'2". 5'2".
Let me take that win, okay? So yeah, he's really tall now.
He looks tall.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and they are very adorable on the eyes. She has such a good presence. No, this isn't my talk. This is your talk. You get into it.
Please, whenever you agree with something I say, please chime in. And
okay.
So first of all, I love the opening pose. I think it works well with the music. I was already spoiled with the music because it was on the little banner. The video quality, unfortunately, isn't very good for both of the videos you sent, Qualifier and Junior Grand Prix, which is such a shame. I think it's so sad that we don't really have any good source for good video qualities for the skating.
I know the audio has been terrible at this competition. I didn't watch the first Junior Grand Prix because I was away. But yeah, the audio quality for this one has been terrible. Yeah. Plug the thing into the laptop, please.
Like the Junior Grand Prix one had music issues, and the other video from British qualifying was a bit, I think, lagging or something. So I just watched them simultaneously and tried to.
The one from qualifier, they had a camera and a dream. So we thank British Ice Skating for filming something.
They did what? They had a camera
and a dream.
Yes. That's also me with my thesis. I have a thesis and a dream. Okay. They had so much energy right from the beginning, which like immediately it like gets you involved and gets you excited for them. There's a move they are doing right at the beginning. There's a very short like Bessie squat, then a short lift, and then they are doing a running motions. Everybody who's watching it on YouTube can see it on the screen right now. And I thought that was very fun choreography. They got great arms during their performance, works very well with the music. Then there was a jump in there, and I was confused. Are ice dancers allowed to jump? Is this new?
Yeah, because it wasn't like a throw jump or like an element jump. It was just a literally feet off the ice jump.
Yeah, but I was like, Are they allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's like very specified in the rules. You can jump, but not like a throw jump, not a skate like a pairs jump. But you can lift off the ice for a second.
Both feet can lift off the ice at the same time.
Yeah,
Ah,
essentially.
good to know. I really love how much fun they are having skating to the music. I think like that's throughout the entire skate they wouldn't stop smiling, and they just like looked like they were enjoying it so much. And I really like seeing that when young skaters look like they love what they are doing. I think there are still some synchronicity issues, but it's like isn't it the second competition of the season?
Yeah,
It's like it's September, so
exactly.
they have a
Oh my
lot of
God.
time.
It's September.
I know it's September of 2023.
Oh, you had to remind me.
Let's have a crisis for a moment.
Mm.
Um,
Okay, crisis over. There's no time.
I absolutely love the slide. I always enjoy a good slide. It's my favorite thing. I'm so glad when did they include it? In like 2019? Is it 19?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
so happy because every time any skater does a slide, I'm like, yeah, it's a slide. It's amazing. Theirs is amazing. And then they move from the slide into a little twizzle, and that was just a very lovely segment. Again, you can see it on the screen right now. And then right after that, there's a moment in the music that they highlight so well. So they are getting out of this twizzle, their arms are interlocked, and the music goes, okay, now I'm singing again. Always the favorite. It's tricky, 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 wah. And on
Amazing.
the wah, and on the wah, they throw their heads back and extend their legs. And like, I always love catching those little movements and moments in the music, and in their choreography. I'm a big fan of the stationary lift. That looks so good. And also, he didn't move at all during the stationary lift, unlike others before him. I don't want to call anybody out, but like there have been moments.
Zach Donahue. with never mind.
Don't want to get into it, but like, yeah, it's a great lift, and like she's doing a split doing it. It's just awesome. And the transition into Walk This Way was so smooth. I really liked how they cut the music. What did I write down? Oh, the choreography when Walk This Way, when the chorus starts playing is so amazing because they are almost walking on the ice intentionally, not doing running to get up speed. And right before the music goes like this, you know, the music when the lyrics like this, and they're rocking their heads back and forth, almost like headbanging. So good, so much fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed the choreography and those various tiny movements they're doing. I really like the twizzles with the arm movements, and then like after the first twizzle, they do a kick in between, which I think is awesome. It's a nice little transition. I do think the first twizzle is a bit more interesting than twizzle 2 and 3. They're kind of falling short, like, but also they're very young skaters, so like I don't expect them to dance to skate on a senior level. And be like, do twizzle 2 and 3 more interesting, please. It's like you are getting through it. It's amazing. It looks good.
And they have such great twizzles.
They do. They really do. I like, especially the first one with like the arms and then the kick. I don't even know how you get out of a twizzle and can do a kick like that. That's so impressive. And then they're coming out of the twizzles and they are skating behind each other, and he's lifting her up, and then she does a slide again, and like just a very nice segment again. I love that part. And then the ending pose is very reminiscent of the opening pose and just very fun. And I enjoyed that very much. It was a good skate.
So we'll let Ellie now rate the skate. So on a scale of -5 to +5, what do you rate the music?
I love the music. This might be a season favorite, but I also haven't seen a lot yet. But
It's still valid.
It brings energy. It is fun. It's like different from the stuff you usually hear. The theme is 80s, right? 80s music. Yeah, I think like that's probably unique among the music. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot again, but it's not my first thing. Not my first music I would think of when I think 80s. So I'm glad they did that.
What's the first music you think of?
Like Flashdance or something. Like really disco 80s music.
Yeah,
Maybe that's more 70s. I don't know.
No, I think there's a Canadian team that has Flashdance. I was just trying to remember because I read it yesterday.
It's from 83. Yes, I just googled it. But like, like pop music from the 80s, probably.
Yeah.
Or what I think.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they did that instead. Yeah, it brings energy, it's fun, it's different. It's like I enjoyed it. So I gave it a 4 out of 5. I didn't give it a 5 because 5 is for the music that makes me cry, or that makes me want to fight the patriarchy, or that makes me want to fight the judges.
Like a solid 3 options for that.
Yes. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
So costumes.
Yeah, so costumes, they're very simple, very minimalistic, but I think it works well with the music and with the theme they're going for. It's also a bit 80s, like especially her costume reminds me of the 80s. And we've also talked about this before. Not everybody can afford like super elaborate, detailed costumes.
Matthew Cahorn.
Yeah.
The gems.
I can't imagine what they'd pay for those costumes, like if you go to him.
I know.
It must be insane. Must be more than I pay in rent in a year, no. But if you have several costumes, it might be.
Practice costumes, like 3 in a season.
Yeah, it's crazy. And also I think just the music goes well with what they are wearing. Like it all works together very well. And I was also trying to think of like what would I improve about the costumes, and there isn't really anything I can think of. Like nothing that wouldn't go into like too campy area. And like you don't want to go all out on the hip-hop theme to the point that it gets ridiculous. So I think it works well.
Yep.
I gave it a 3 out of 5, not because the costumes are bad, just because I'm rating them in comparison to all of the other costumes I've seen in my entire life. So I'm like a 3 out of 5.
That's still respect. We're in the pluses.
It's in the pluses. I don't think anybody will ever be in the negatives unless, again, you give me the Plushenko.
That no one needs to see that again.
There will be like a Christmas special or something.
Oh my God. That would be so funny. So overall, how do you rate the skate?
I enjoyed this so much. You can tell that they're having fun. They're really playing off each other. They're working well with the music. The choreography works so well for them. And like there are so many little moments I really enjoyed. I'm a big fan of the lift and the twizzles. During the more energetic part, I think they had some difficulties with synchronicity. But in other parts, they were very in sync. So I think it's really just a practice thing. I also really love their facial expressions because you can tell how much fun they're having the entire time. And this is also the beginning of the seasons, so everything will improve and be worked on. I think I wrote down there's only like a tiny criticism I have, which goes for all skaters somehow. I think that's an issue a lot of skaters have of all levels. If the music is super energetic and fast, and the choreo requires a lot of fast movements in a very short amount of time, I still think it's important like that you're trying to finish each movement before going into the next. Otherwise, it might get a bit too hectic and too all over the place. But I also think that's like muscle memory. So every time you do the movement and you repeat it, and every time you go into practice, it gets better and better. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to evolve. When it will be, I mean, hopefully maybe December we will see them.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to jinx anything, but
I think they're the top British team, so it'd be Junior Worlds.
Yeah, but also there's injury and stuff. I don't want to jinx anything.
Knock on wood again. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. No, we will see them a lot during the season, hopefully, and I'm very excited to see the skate evolve and get better and better each time. I'm also unsure whether it might sometimes be just the recording, because if you record it in a different frame rate than what is uploaded on YouTube, then it messes with the quality. And you've seen that in person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing in person. The crowd was very supportive. I would most cases like to blame the camera work then.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If that's an excuse we can use, I'm blaming the camera. Thank you for streaming, but
we are very grateful for everybody who streams it, especially for free. But also please spend more money on cameras and music quality.
Yeah.
I also always feel so sad because these skaters are putting in so much work and then they have nothing to show for because nobody really recorded it in high quality.
Yeah.
I mean, they have their medals, they have a lot to show for, but
yeah,
if they want to rewatch it in 10 years, it's like, yeah, this is filmed on a potato.
Yeah.
My rating is I give it a 4 out of 5 overall. I really loved it.
That's so good.
It is very good.
First of the new season.
Yes. It's very promising. I'm very excited. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, for supporting us. Again, follow us on all social media, in the comments. You can find them in the comments below. And yeah, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Bye.